Happy Chuseok to everyone. This is a beautiful time to celebrate of the harvest. Last summer was so long, bi-weekly, every week, such a humid and rainfalls was so big. Many people were struck by rainfalls and even many people lost their lives. So we waited for this fall season and finally we are here to celebrate Chuseok, Korean Thanksgiving days. It's beautiful. We are blessed. From time to time, I'm thinking about who am I? And while I was reading the Bible, I was surprised that the Bible doesn't say that I am what I do, but I am what I said. Isn't it interesting? My being cannot be represented by my doing, my behavior, rather by my saying, my word, coming out of my mouth. Reversely speaking, my being was created by the word, so that my word, my saying, shows me and shows you who I am. So if you really want to know who you are, examine what you're saying. When you examine and analyze your word, and you are angry or you are pride and whatever, when you see and hear and analyze what you're saying, then you can recognize who you are. In the gospel that we read, Gospel chapter 6, Christ teaches us that living as his disciples is all about our attitude. Our attitude toward the circumstance should be to trust God. And our attitude toward the others, our neighbors, should be love. And our attitude toward ourselves should be honesty. I am still young, but when I was younger, I dreamed to change the world. And even I changed the church. So I become a pastor. But now I am focused more and more on myself. Is it possible for me to change myself? The answer is no. That is why I am praying. Praying in the morning, praying at night, praying while I'm working. Lord, give me the power to accept the things that I cannot change. Also give me the power and courage to change the things that I can change. Lord, give me your wisdom. And continuously focusing on how can I change and how can I accept who I am as what I am. If I can see clearly who I am and also if I can change myself conforming to the will of God, I believe that is the most powerful thing that I can do in the world. It's much more awesome than I can change the world. Changing myself and bearing the fruit, following the Word of God. That's my perennial task that I can do and that I should do in my remaining life. Becoming honest with myself. and with ourselves begins with looking to the sin in our own lives before we point the finger at somebody else. It is only when we remove the plank from our eyes or that we become able to help others remove the speck from others. You want to see the plank and the log in your own eye? You want to discover what sin you are hiding in your heart? Then don't look at your action or behavior. Don't look at your doing. We are always able to justify our actions and give excuses for our behavior. We are genius as far as we are human beings. We are so genius in self-justification. Even we victimize others to self-justify. We justify our action and our behavior. If you really want an honest glimpse into your own heart, you must listen to your words, to your sayings. Jesus says in today's passage, a good tree does not bear bad fruit, nor does a bad tree bear good fruit. Here are some good lessons from fruit experts. They say that you don't necessarily get better fruit from bigger or more beautiful trees. Lots of trees may be beautiful to look at, but they don't necessarily produce the best fruit. Orchard experts say that when you see a tree full of lushy foliage, it probably indicates that lots of nitrogen is being used to cultivate that tree. Lots of nitrogen, though great for foliage, produces sour and bitter fruit. It looks good. It's a beautiful leaves and green. The color is so look good, but it doesn't produce as good fruit. So the orchard expert purposely plant certain weeds around trees and let them grow as much as they want. Do you know why? To get rid of the nitrogen. And if they use the correct weeds, those weeds leave behind a special blend of a nutrient that is perfect for fruit growing. And also, when it comes to insecticides, fruit experts have found that other insects are better. Bad bugs, bad worms are eaten by good bugs. Fertilizers are rarely used because they cause too much growth too quickly and therefore produce weak trees and fruits with no flavor. Isn't it interesting? And watering the tree is an art form, following a carefully worked out and highly regimented routine. Trees even need winter. Not freezing cold, but certain trees need between 600 and 900 hours below 7 Celsius degrees a year in order to produce the best fruit. And frequently you can see orchard experts out there only in the growing season, cutting away most of the brand new, just formed fruit. It may seem silly to throw away over half your crop, but they know that it is better to get 50 fruits bursting with the juice and flavor than 500 small and sour fruits. Here is what all of this means for you and for me. Just as a full and lush tree does not necessarily produce the best fruit, so also a person who looks flowery and behaves like they are spiritually rich may in fact be the worst trees to gather fruit from. There are many witnesses, externally, people so good, look good. Spiritually, they look wonderful. Some are spiritual leaders, but they are bearing no fruit at all. Their sons and daughters and surrounding people are withered. No good fruit. It's like a tree. In Revelation chapter 3, verse 17, Christ warns certain Christians who are rich and wealthy that though they appear to have it all together, they really are poor and destitute. It is not how you appear, or how you act, or how you dress that matters. The real matter, what matters is your heart. And this is revealed by the fruit you produce. And those weeds and bugs in your life, the test of your patience, the lack of money, the sickness, and difficult situation in your work, the difficult neighbor. There are many difficult times. As our life goes up and goes down. When we suffered, it's like we are in the tunnel, dark tunnel. That we are yelling to the Lord, Lord, until when? When this stressful and dark tunnel will end? Why continuously hurting me? Why continuously killing me? Why continuously pushing me in this difficult situation? Why? Is it only my story? Well, also it can be your story. Life is not easy, right? Continuously happens and happens and happens. God, the orchard expert, put those bugs, put those difficult times, put those bugs there for a reason. They strengthen you. They broken your narrow vision. They make your territory widen.